to Walking Each Other Home by Cathy Yuhas. Beautiful. Hello, everyone. Hi, I am Cheyenne Joy Aziz. I am a #1 international best-selling author and filmmaker, and I'm also a publisher. And I am Cathy Yuhas' publisher, and it's really an honor to be here today. I drove from Vermont this morning to join all of you to celebrate Cathy. One of the things that I really want to share about tonight is that it's extra special. It's extra special for many reasons. Walking Each Other Home is Cathy's legacy work. It comes from her personal experiences, her professional experiences, her life, her love, and her gift for others. I really want to thank all of you for coming and celebrating her, honoring her work, and supporting each other in walking each other home. Because caring about each other is what really matters in this world. Presence, your presence. Your presence matters. Cathy talks about that a lot in her book. She really reminds us that we need each other. And in this life, it's why we're here. I just want to ask everyone to take a moment. Take a nice deep breath. Get really present with each other. Look around the room. Notice someone you haven't noticed yet. Lock eyes. Say hello. This is how we connect with each other, because together we make one community. So walking each other home is a gift for you, for caretakers, and for community in the sacred passage of death. And without further ado, I'd love to welcome Cathy Yuhas. As Cathy comes to join us, I have a very special announcement, which is within 2 hours of launching, Cathy became a bestseller. So if you haven't purchased it yet, please do. Please go to Amazon and purchase it. Come to the table and buy it. It really is for you. It's for your friends, your lovers, your loved ones, your caretakers, and your family. So thank you so much. Cathy Yuhas.
I'm not crying, you're crying. So, first of all, I want to say a few thank yous because a lot of people went into making this happen. First of all, I want to thank Candace and Debs for having us in such a beautiful place. This is my favorite restaurant. When I first thought about having this event, this was the first place that popped into my head, and so it had to be here. And next I would like to thank, I have 2 sponsors for this evening. One is Ginny from Dairy Queen, Niantic Dairy Queen. She's not here tonight, but so, and then I would like to thank Ann Dangle. Ann, are you here? Oh, hi. So Ann and Brian's Healing Hearts is been so tremendous in supporting me in this endeavor. And if you don't know about Brian's Healing Hands Center, they are right here in Niantic. It's our very own grief center that provides a safe space for people to grieve their loss. And when I first got started, Ann was so gracious and allowed me to use the workshop space to get my feet wet. So thank you, Ann. I have to say thank you to my husband because for what I put him through, for the time that he missed because I was in front of that computer for hours on hours after you. So I just want to give my gratitude to him because he's amazing. And how about about this artwork.
Amen.
I am so in love with this art by Gaia Orion, and I met her through Cheyenne, and we had one Zoom meeting and a couple of emails, and right away she just launched fully into the spirit of this book, and I'm so proud of it. It's my screensaver on my phone and probably will be forever. It's so gorgeous, and so I thank her too. And next, I would like to thank my publishers, Cheyenne Joy Aziz, who you've met. She's here, came all the way down from Vermont, and Kim Summers Egglesey, who's in California. She's not here with us tonight, but I know she's here in spirit. And between these two women, they have taught me that my voice matters. And when I started having imposter syndrome, they showed me how to kick that right to the curb. And they have been so incredibly supportive, and their coaching was amazing, and I couldn't thank them more. And that's why we're here. And last, I would like to thank Chris Lee for providing the music for us tonight. Thank you.
Hey, Chris.
So, people often ask me how I got to this point, being a death doula. And what happens when they ask me that question is I get a vision of, maybe many of you here remember the Family Circle cartoon and Little Billy and the little black dotted line, and he was circling all around the neighborhood instead of going in a straight line. Well, that was kind of my journey here too. So, I've been a nurse most of my life, but I've also been a massage therapist, and I got a real estate license. So it was a long, windy road here, but here we are. So, and it was actually my sister, Patricia, who's sitting in the back corner over there, who surprised me by coming tonight. I did not know that she was coming. And she drove down from upstate New York. And so she introduced me to the concept of a death doula. And when I listened to a presentation on that, something clicked. I said, this is it. This is what I want to do. But I knew that I was going to work for a couple more years. And but then something happened. My father died, and I went into probably the deepest, darkest hole that I've ever felt. And while I was there, I kept having insight after insight about dying, loss, grief, and so I started writing it down. And finally, when I was able to crawl back out of that hole, I realized I need to get this out there, and that's where Ann came in and allowed me to use the workshop space, and I had a 6-week workshop that I held, and some of those women we still meet every month. Except for this month. Anyway, so it's been very gratifying. And then I also realized, though, that how can I reach more people? And serendipitously, Cheyenne and Kim announced on social media that they were starting a publishing company. And to me, that was my sign from the universe that that's what I was meant to do, was to write this book. So, how did it get started? It started with one question: why do we have such a hard time talking about death and dying? And it started with one person many years ago, and I'll just give you a little bit of that story now. There's a patient who left an indelible mark on my heart in a profoundly meaningful way, and ultimately led me to where I am today. I worked as a home care nurse before I had any hospice experience. Nearly 25 years ago, she planted the seed of what a good death would look like. During one of my visits, she seemed a little down, and after peeling away the layers, she finally expressed that she didn't want to continue life as it was. She exclaimed, "I'm tired of taking all these pills, and I can't do the things I used to do anymore." At this point, she was bound to a life of being in a wheelchair with many chronic illnesses, one of which was diabetes, which earned her a below-the-knee amputation. She was formerly an avid tennis player. She lived in an assisted living facility, and I noticed that she began to refuse meeting with her friends and playing cards, and she stopped going to the dining room to share meals. I told her that if she didn't want her current medical treatment, she could stop. She was amazed that this was even an option. So I gently painted a picture of what that choice would look like. Certain medications would be continued for comfort, some would be stopped. I explained what the dying process would look like. She gave it a nanosecond of a thought and exclaimed, "I'm ready for the next adventure." She had no family, so I had the honor, along with her power of attorney and the physical therapist from our healthcare agency, who was also her friend, to accompany her as she transitioned out of her earthly life. There is an honor to bear witness to such love and grace, and in that moment, I remember thinking, this is how it should be for everyone. She made a conscious choice about how the rest of her life would unfold. She had the time to get her affairs in order. She decided who she wanted with her in the end, and planned her after-death care down to what she wanted to wear. It was perfect. And 25 years later, she continues to guide me in my death doula work. Thank you. So, we walk alongside death more often than we realize. It's present when we watch our parents age. It's present when we sit in hospital rooms awaiting test results. It's in the silent questions that we ask ourselves when someone isn't quite themselves. And it's there quietly in the background of everyday life, reminding us that none of this is forever. But I don't want you to be sad, because here's what I know for sure. The beautiful thing about acknowledging that truth is that we acknowledge it not with fear but with love, changing how we live. And here's what I know for sure. When we stop avoiding the conversation about death, we start showing up for life more fully. Just so you know, talking about death doesn't make it happen sooner. When we talk about death, we say the things that matter. We choose connection over convenience. We listen a little deeper, and we hold each other a little closer. And we begin to ask, what does a good life and a good death really look like? And that's what this book is about. And that's what I hope it offers, a path towards deeper connection, thoughtful preparation, and a death that's held with as much love as the life that came before it. So thank you for walking with me with the launch of this book and the sacred work of being fully alive. Let's keep walking each other home.
Good job, Kat.
I know you just got your tapas. Please make sure you get some more. And I don't know if everybody's aware, but we have some specialty drinks tonight that are themed for the event. So have fun and enjoy. We'll enjoy our food for a little bit, and then later on we will. You can come up to the table and bring your tickets. If you have a VIP ticket, your signed copy will be up here. And I had promised that there will be a gift for the first 10 people who made reservations, and we have those up here as well. I think you're going to get a ticket. And then I have a little something for those who are neither of that category, but I just want to give you a little thank you on the way out. So, thank you very much.